Hey, Dr. Mitters here. Let's talk about the next assignment coming up in Chapter 5, which uses selection structures. All right. So in this one, Activity 5.3, we're going to write an algorithm to determine the sales tax on purchases under $1 for a state with a 7% sales tax. All right. Instead of multiplying the amount of the sale by 7% like you normally would, we're going to use, there's a table out there that we have, we're going to use 0 to 7 cents is no tax, 8 to 21 cents is 1 tax, all the way up to 93 to 99 cents is 7 cents tax. You're going to do, in 5.3 you're going to do the pseudocode, in 5.4 you're going to do the JavaScript. You're going to need to do an if then else for this, okay? So let's look at some sort of logic for the pseudocode. And if you see here, if you're looking at it, pseudocode logic, right? You got if it's less than 7, no tax, else if between, if less than 21, then it's a penny. And that's going to get from really 8 to 21. So it's going to, if you put in 35 cents, it's going to not be less than 7, so it's going to bypass that. Not less than 21, bypass that. What did I say? 37, not less than 35, so it's going to bypass that. It's going to be between 36 and 49, and which is going to be 3 cents. And you're going to display it. So you're going to grab the tax, then you're going to display it. Now, if the tax is equal to 99 cents or less, if it's less than or equal to 99 cents, you're going to display the amount of the tax, right? Purchases under $1. Otherwise, you're going to display a message. Now, I might consider altering this to where you include all of this right here, cut it, and put it maybe right in there. There's no sense in doing the calculation and then turning around. It's just one idea from the author. But in my opinion, it's much more productive to take this calculation, take that if statement and this if statement, maybe combine them. Only if you're going to determine, only if it's less than or equal to 99 cents will you do this. Otherwise, why go through all this calculation and realize that you don't need to do you don't need to do that if it's more than $1. That's just one implementation. This will work, so this is cool. This will work logically. All right. Now let's look at this running code. All right. Got to put in a little window right here. Let me run this thing. We'll have a block content. So amount of purchase, 78 cents. All right. Oh no, 37 cents. I think that was going to be 3 cents, right? 3 cents. I'm going to run it again. 78 cents. And that should be a nickel. Boom, 5 cents. Let's do it again. Let's put in, something really high. 100 means it thinks it's $10. I think put 1,000 thinks it's, 2 decimal places $10. It's not less than 100, so that's not less than $1, so it's kicking in. The assumption here is kicking in is that it's in cents. So if I put like 90 cents, all right, if I run it again and put like 120, that's 120 cents, which is really $1.20. So that you saw the pseudocode, and this is the running code of it, right? Okay. Pause for a second. And this is sort of the skeleton of it. All right, this is sort of what I did, but I pulled out some of the code, so you'll have to follow the pseudocode really nicely. You're going to have to determine this. So I've kind of given you and provided part of it, but you've got to determine that if logic right there. All right, so that shouldn't be any problem. After you study the if examples and you turn around and you actually go through the chapter book and you listen to the video, or you pay attention to what I did earlier on the pseudocode. All right, thanks very much. Have a great day.